Did I just blow $35 on a logo designer? Or maybe I've ended up with a really awesome and an amazing logo for Satori Graphics. I haven't actually really branded Satori Graphics with a solid logo. I mainly go for things like colors, as you can see here. But if I do take Satori Graphics away from YouTube and build a platform elsewhere on the internet, I will use a logo design for that. But do I need to design one? Or can I just use a design from somebody else? Before we get into today's video, it should be noted I'm not belittling anybody here. This logo design video is purely for educational purposes, and I'm going to show you the mistakes that some designers might make so you don't have to make them yourself in your design workflow. And yes, I can design logos myself, as you can see on screen now. But last time I made a video of this nature, we were on Fiverr.com. What is $100 going to get us on Fiverr.com? And today we're going to be jumping into people per hour. Funnily enough, this is the website where I started freelancing back in around 2011. That was nearly a decade ago. But there are tiers, of course. You can find designers selling their services for £60 British an hour, which is around $75. The point is, though, that there are niche sectors for all walks of life. Some clients want a cheap and a quick logo design for maybe $10, and others want a relevant and an original logo for a lot more. It just boils down to how seriously the client takes their business and if they understand the value of logo or brand design. That being said, I was intrigued to see what I could get for $35 to rebrand Satori Graphics, and the designer I chose has a pretty solid reputation on here. But I'm under no delusions, $35 isn't that much and it's probably not going to get me an awesome rebrand. These are some of the things that I was guaranteed by the designer for a $35 budget. 2 to 3 unique and original concepts, unlimited revisions, all designs are 100% original and unique, but also final files will be delivered in full package high quality in the following file formats: JPEG, PNG, AI and PDF. And lastly, no misleading design brief hourly details, unlike other new logo hourlies that have deliberately copied and pasted it as their own. Of course, any logo design project needs a brief, and here is the brief I outlined to the designer for the rebrand. It's not heavily detailed, but it has all of the elements that any designer would need. But of course, a competent designer would ask questions or send over a brief of their own if they didn't have enough information. In this instance, I wasn't actually contacted by the designer for any more information. I offered up some keywords, a description of the target market and where the brand has come from and where it's going. Now, to analyze these logo designs, let's pull up some of the keywords from the brief. We have simple, clean, creative, community and young. I also want to emphasize that in the brief, I did explain how Satori is a platform looking to grow into the future online. And this is important, as you will soon see. So the first logo, right off the bat, it makes one of the biggest mistakes in logo design, and that is gradients. This is more important than ever in 2020 because modern day design really does not suit well with gradients. I've gone into why this is in so many videos in the past, so I'm not going to do that right now. The globe symbol does resemble a community, but it's also a really cliche symbol, and it has a lot of detail too, which is not good for a simple logo. Does this logo scream to you young and modern? Will this logo bring Satori into the modern era online as it grows? Ask yourself all of these questions when considering the brief and the logo, and I think that this is a quill symbol and not a random feather, but I cannot be too sure. But let's move on to the second logo, which uses another cliche symbol, and that is a book to relate back to education. The thing is, in the brief, I didn't even mention the education side of Satori being literature based or book based. I did emphasize how it's a creative and a design style of education. So this symbol is a very poor choice. And again guys, I'm making this video so you can see the mistakes real life designers are making so you can avoid them in your own workflow. And yes, there are sectors and there are niche markets for different tiers of logo designing, but if a designer knows the mistakes they're making, they could elevate the designs to the next level and then earn more money. But yeah, I've spoken about using cliche symbols in videos before and how it's a bad idea. And so for example, a speech bubble would be bad for a kind of messaging app style logo. This is something you should try and stay away from, and it's something I've seen in all of these logos so far. We again can see more gradients, and the designer has kept in line with a colour scheme of blue. Now blue is a very corporate and a very serious colour, often used by financial businesses. So I'm not quite sure if that fits in with my brief, but what do you think? I feel the font is too quirky and just generally odd looking. I'd prefer a modern sans serif to fit in line with the fact that Satori is trying to grow online in the modern day. These logos do remind me of a design I'd see in the 1980s textbook, because they're pretty dated, and I think the gradients actually do offer that dated look. But here's the third logo, and I want you to let me know what your thoughts are of this logo, where it goes wrong, and how it could be improved in line with the brief. So that was today's video on hiring a designer for $35, but let me know your thoughts down below, and of course, also your thoughts on that last third logo design. What did you make of it, and what changes would you make yourself? Click one of the videos on screen, and of course, design your future today. Peace.